Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unreal Engine tutorial. I continue working with these animations when, for example, I'm in first person. We have this roll, which will follow the camera, will follow the roll. So we will turn around during the animation. So I continued working with that, mainly because both my daughter and my stepson, they complained that, oh, this doesn't really look good. So I continued the work. For example, when I jump out from a certain height, he will make a roll. Um, so from third person, it will look like this. And actually, I think it triggers just from height like this. Yep, it does. But just doing a normal run like this does not trigger. I don't think it's gonna trigger, for example, if we jump from a small ledge, for example this one. Nope. But as soon as you get up on something like this, it's gonna make that roll. So let's have a look at how this is done. Oh, and before we do it, let's also test the high ledge here. Whee! Alright, I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, anyway, the animation itself is from, once again, from Mixamo. It's called Falling to Roll. It's looking like this. Okay, so it consists of a landing, very short landing sequence, and then the roll itself. Okay, so I brought it through Maya as usual. Nothing in particular. It was quite straightforward. The only place I had to adjust a little bit was, well, actually that was not wasn't really anything to adjust. It was just straightforward. So as usual, if you watched my videos, previous videos, you should have enough knowledge to make these adjustments in Maya. Excuse me. Um, Inside the mannequin base character blueprint, let's take a look at how it's done. Um, so the role itself is based off the event tick right now. So I just put it as a continuation of this climbing state. I could have put it at this one, but I thought it's kind of related to this one, so I put a new function here called check in airtime. And so right now it's consisting of a few checks and a number of compares. So just to go through this, first I check if I'm falling, and if I'm not falling, that means am I in the am I having contact with some ground at the moment. And if I am in contact with some ground, then I will just continue and check if my airtime, actually it's easier to just go through the false one, because if I am in the air, then I will add to the airtime. So I just take the world delta seconds and add to the time that this variable is in air. So I keep track on how long I've been in the air. Okay, so I also compare to 1.15 seconds, and that's something I just tried my way with. So a normal jump is going to be 0.8 seconds. So I wanted to make sure that it's a bit longer. So 1.15 was pretty good, and 1.2 was a bit too long, so well, I ended up with 1.15. Okay, so if my time in air is greater than this threshold here, then I want to play a montage, playing that falling to roll. Well, yeah, and this is let me see this one. Get anim instance. This is just a montage play actually. So I'm just playing a montage, nothing special about that. And then I use this again, use pawn control rotation to make sure that it doesn't use the pawn control rotation during this, so that it will be able to follow the first person camera will be able to follow the rotation of the head. And then I reset the in-air time, because that means I have landed on the ground. In case this was not greater than 1.15, then it still means that we landed, and I still want to reset it. So that's why this goes over here also. Let's see. Yeah, I think that covers this function here, really. So all this functionality is actually based on this check in air time from the event tick. Also the animation, let's check if I made any changes to the animation blueprint. Well, let's see, I have one thing, I haven't moved this one. I fire this special move finished somewhere in the animation around here. This seemed like a good place. And also, in order to make the transition to whatever animations come afterwards, I've set a blend time to 1.5, which seemed to smooth out the animations in most of the animations I have. For example, running and walking and whatever. So yeah, this one will fire the special move finished at around here, which will return the camera view. So let's see, it will call this special move finished, and on the base character blueprint, if you remember from one of the previous videos, we have this handle event special move finished, calling handle special move finished, which is just a function here. Did I put it under movement, or did I put it under the acrobatics? This one, yeah. So, which is basically just gonna re-enable use pawn control rotation again. So this is just to make sure that it goes back again. So quick run out of the demonstration of this. See, we have the wall run, and we can, for example, come running down here. He's gonna make a roll, he's gonna slide under, he's gonna be able to jump. Lots of stuff going on, and it looks pretty awesome in slow motion as well. Some of the animations, well, looks weird in slow motion, but once you play it in normal speed, it looks pretty cool and realistic, I think. So just with this little work and all these animations from Mixamo, I think you can get quite far ahead with some yeah, pretty convincing gameplay animations and stuff. So we like that. Last thing I think I will take a look at before I finish this acrobatics series. Might be something like this one. Well, if I let's see. Oh. Oh. For example, if I hang on to something like this and then jump down. Okay, he's not gonna make that roll. I thought that if no, he's not. Okay, I'm just thinking that there would be some situation where he would drop down without having any forward velocity, where it would look silly with a roll. So just to make sure that he would kind of bend in the knees, but actually it does seem to look pretty okay. Okay, and there will be some situations actually where this, oops, for example this one. Okay, maybe what happens if we, oh, okay, great. So if he lands on this one, okay, he's not gonna roll anyway. Anyway, guess this is enough for this short tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions to this. Just let me know and I will cover that in the next video. Okay, until then, bye bye.